You are very, very welcome to the 2025 IFMAR Ebuggy World Championships, the inaugural Ebuggy World Championships. And it's Wednesday. I can tell you all, we've had 2 days of practice, including control practice. And the opening ceremony just ended. You will see plenty of teams. There's a French team and Portuguese in their red. And they are making their way off the circuit, and I wanted just to show you the circuit now that I've done some laps myself and can talk you through. So they're coming down the straight. You got to watch the top of the straight. There's a jump coming onto the straight, and we are down into this. You rise, you fall, and you hit a double. So you can come in here. It's quite polished. It's okay. You can carry a bit of speed, scrub it off as you go, and just hit this with a little whip to the right, just to get enough air to get you down onto this down ramp. Easier said than done. I've come down with a few nose dives a few times and nip it in here. Plenty and plenty of grip at the apex. Then you are jumping across. This little down step affects the car from the point of view that on the landing, you get a little suspension compression and the car can sort of slightly oversteer if you're a bit too aggressive. You know, not perfect my setup, but it can do. And then you have easy double followed by give it guns, send the car up 4 or 5 meters into the air, and you are coming down to land on this down ramp with some power on. So you can see that through there. Then we're up the hill. Looks easy, is not easy. You can carry plenty of power up until you see around these divots. There's some people walking out in front of us will be okay. And you've got to be careful because it's banked and there's lumps in it. So you can put the car up onto 2 wheels if you carry too much speed. You just try and skate around here as best you can, hugging the pipe. There's France. And then you're in, you nip it at the apex, loads of grip so the car turns in, no problem. And now you're building up to the quad. This is easy, flat, straight, plenty of grip in this corner. You've got to keep it on the left-hand side. You can see where the majority of the scrapes are, the lines are up there, that's where you're going. And if you are good, I'm not going to walk over the jump. If you're all right, like me, you will land it after this white line, hopefully, in there. And if you're really good, like the A final, you'll go a jump further and you'll land it in here after the 4th white line. Now, let me tell you something about this. Entries downhill, trying to gauge the speed, absolutely impossible. Then you're passing right in front of your nose from the rostrum. It looks a lot closer than it does there. And you're trying to get the thing landed. Very, very difficult. It's kind of, you know, might get it 4 or 5 times out of 8. Otherwise, you're chassis slapping at some point. But once you get over this last white line, there's loads of grip in here. The change of direction is tricky. 2 wheels, try and keep the car flat. It is tricky. There's loads of grip at this particular point. And now this is where the time is, it's make or break, should I say. You turn in, you need to hit this first jump before the first white line quite hard so that the car semi-jumps and hits the face. You can just see there in the apex the black marks. So the top drivers are coming up here in the mid, hitting the face just there, scrubbing off all their speed and just popping over the top. And that is incredible to watch because it is a right angle tabletop, but it's a right angle tabletop that sort of folds away on the outside, or the grip is so high, or whatever it does, the cars don't land nicely off it. Then, easy. Well, easy apart from the fact that the track only looks about 1 inch wide from up there. You are, I don't want to walk on the tops of the hills. You are taking off and you have a lovely, huge, big landing area here. You've got to get the brakes in and just get dipped and into this apex. And now one of the most deceiving bits of the track is that you climb and turn right at the apex. But from the rostrum, you can't see any elevation change. So there's a meter, if I get right down, there's a meter elevation change there. You can't see that from the rostrum. So you're sort of assuming just before the apex is the crest of the hill, and then you're just allowing the car to fall away into here. Try not to lose too much speed. I'm just upset the French team here. Then you're cutting into the right. And again, somewhere where a lot of drivers had problems because there's a slight optical illusion. You need to turn in left a little bit more than you think. Jump up the hill and just get it on the ground as quickly as you can. Now, just to show you the height change, because nobody believes me. Now, there's my eye height. I can't see over the top of that. So it's over 2 meters increase in elevation in 3 meters, 4 meters. I have to climb the hill up and out. It's absolutely huge. Then you need to get the car down and punch through. So if I go up on here, you can see where they've all been landing, and there's the straight line. You're coming down, you're joining the hose as viewed from the rostrum, and then you're jumping on the left-hand side, landing on the right-hand side, and there's a ton of grip at this corner. You can land in way too quick, thinking you're going to understeer, and just hook it around, in she goes. Climbing again, another tabletop, the Japanese team, oh no, the Infinity team, doing their thing. Try not to disturb them. And they, again, you fall away here, you can't see it from the rostrum. You come up and you jump, and you just let your front wheels graze that white line as it's coming down, and then you have to get turned in. If you don't get turned in early, all the way up here, oh, I'm out of breath from walking the hill. There's the Infinity team doing their thing. If you don't do it, you don't get the nice grippy bit in here. So you've got to get the front wheels down on the ground and then get into here, and then this is just a little pop. Again, you just want to get your front wheels landing on that white line as you come down. Loads of grip at this hairpin, and up to the top corner. Loads of grip, but quite blind up at the top corner. Quite tricky. And then we're back onto the straight with over the line where the AstroTurf is, followed by a jump straight away. Now that jump, if you pin it and hold the throttle open, you will wheelie down the straight. So you've got to be a little bit forgiving. You've got to hit that jump, just let the car come down as quick as you can, and then power on down. So I'm just going to come, there's no point in me going to rostrum level because you can't see the elevation changes, but I'm down here on the level of the straight. And there you can see, you know, it's approximately, let's say it's 3.5, 4 meters, the ground level up there above the height of the straight, and then down there maybe a meter below me. So there's a hell of a difference. Very, very tricky, but also fantastic. As Mr. Kilic walks on, so they're going to repair this tonight. There's the clouds, doesn't look great. Give us a wave, Lefty. Only a little one. And that's it. So it's looking good. People going home. There is the sky again. We had rain here earlier on. We don't know what's coming. There's RC Racing TV. My good friend Tom Cockrell on the mic. Thanks, Tom, for that. Really makes a difference. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.